on his Camille, which he's been so aggressive on and has played around the mid lane. Camille and Zach are two of the longest.
Blabber seeing if there's a play to be had on the top side. Keep in mind, level 6 for both top laners means chance of a dive could be there, but now on the bottom side, teleport's coming down as well as the fight is coming in. Greg level 5 looking for the next play to be had. Zeyzal gonna zone out the rest of these players, but he's a bit alone. Ult's gonna go wide, finds a stun, but he has nowhere to go. First blood to be grabbed, goes over to Bjergsen.
Big pickup here for TSM. Laner roam to the mid lane. Jensen, no flash.
The flash, E for the slow, the knockup, not quite gonna land, but they get the push back as well. There's no way out. He's gonna get pulled right back in. What a kill, Bjergsen 2-0.
And TSM, lots of armor and resistances, rather than having to focus health. There it is.
Yep, TSM getting their cake, eating it too. Advantage actually for Grig in the jungle despite losing those camps, despite the invade. Zeyzal gonna go in for a two-person knockup. Mithy's still around though, Unstoppable coming in, and it's Grig just going backwards towards the rest of his front line. No kills yet, but they're still gonna be chasing. Jensen walks in, gets exhausted, and here comes Sion! He gets a knockup on a Blabber. That's gonna be a lot of stuns. Ults to buy some time, in comes Aatrox as well. 5v5 begins, a headbutt forward, Grig still has the passive, Hanser, and they're gonna find that kill. Licorice diving in and reviving as well. They knock down the Bloblets, and it's now time to try to pick up Zach on this one. They will not yet burn the teleport. Hanser can't get the chase. There's a TP to keep Grig alive. He's going to get right away burning that flash. Only one kill. The disengage for Cloud.
He's able to flash in, use his ultimate revive, but now he's got no revive.
He's going to be going down on that one. Licorice. Goodbye. It's a bit bitter for you. There's the kill picked up. Hanser grabs that one. 3-1 TSM. Now into the mid lane is Cloud9.
TSM very quick to strike back after that one. They get the revenge on Licorice. Meanwhile, though, the Rift Herald push has to be answered.
Remain about what it was before. Sven has time to knock that down. Gets all the local gold, Mithy only the plus 50. In this turret, there is a Sion nearby, but I don't expect this to be defended by TSM. Hanser just going to grab a little bit of gold for himself. A little bit of XP, but knows he can't survive a tower dive when Zeyzal has Aftershock available. Sneaky should get local gold here as well and keep that game pretty close.
Okay. Have a super tanky member that wants to take those hits. Licorice is in!
Over the wall, they're gonna go in for this one. Under the back line goes Kaisa. Can they knock off anyone? Mithy a bit low. Sven's gonna stay alive. Watch ever Sneaky gets away. Flashing away from the ultimate. It's engaged for Cloud9. Licorice ult gonna end. Sneaky chunked again a little bit, but now they've got the jump on towards Sion. Hanser's flashless. They've got the channel onto him. He's gonna go down. Jensen getting the second kill of the game. Now is Cloud9 get another one for 0.
Once again, Licorice flanks down from the top side. This time, though, Cloud9, they chase off. They finish off the kill, and Cloud9, Licorice now is gonna be the target again as TSM go for the side lane.
Might be found out on the side. Knockup not quite gonna land. He's gotten away from 2 of those so far, but now he's gonna survive a 1v2 as Bjergsen's shown up, and the rest of the team only staying in the mid lane. So Licorice getting brought lower where they wait out the ultimate, and they're gonna force the revive. TP coming in now for the rest of the team to show up as Sneaky joins the fight. 2v1. Licorice trying to stay alive, trying to dodge the ultimate, but he's gonna be chased down, and that's gonna be a kill picked up now for Hanser. Now Zeyzal gotta be careful. At half HP, flashing the wall, but the ultimate's still there. Still available for Bjergsen. They bring him low. They can knock that kill down as well, and Cloud9 give up 2 kills.
And look at that. The 2 tanks from TSM are full health. All they have are squishy damage dealers and the possibility of stealing away. Licorice is alive again, though.
4v5 on the pit. Vision's there. Blabber can spike. Can he beat Grig for this one? 2 doesn't help. How are we the last one? Oh, it's beautifully done by Bjergsen, switching over to Smite with a spellbook, and the fight begins. And an ultimate coming in for Grig. A lot of damage to the front line, but the tanks are beefy. A kill onto Hanser, and the Blob is now picked up as well. No TP's available. They can kill off Grig. He can die. Zeyzal will fall. The flash out, and Grig actually...
Grig to get back up, flash over the wall, and get himself to safety. So TSM with the grab.
And they've got tanks in the front line just to siphon off a little bit of this one, and slowly but surely, that turret is gonna fall. So TSM picks them off with the ultimate.
Drake has been picked up here. That is now on top side for Cloud9. They're trying to trade turrets here.
All right, 4v4, front of the front line, TP in for Sion. The pass gonna be popped for Grig, but he's okay for now as the team shows up for the rest of the team fight. They're gonna still keep Kaisa in the top lane. Now how's the engage gonna work? Grig is down, the TP coming in finally for the marksman. A 5v4, those could be Cloud9's fight. Blabber forced to flash away, but the front line's still very durable. The back line not too bad either. Mithy bit low, Licorice gotta be respectful. A stun comes in, Sven stays alive. It's a 4v4, Hanser walks back. Watch out for Jensen, he's knocked up. He's not going down, he forced the zone. He has now Bjergsen looking for his next target. And they finally get those kills picked up. C9 on the chase. Licorice is low. No flash for Hanser, but he's going to be traded back by Sneaky. In goes Jensen. In goes Blabber. Trying to kite away. Over the wall goes Bjergsen. Can't quite find that kill. TSM routed.
Cloud9, you can see them backing off, and now they can go for the re-engage. Smith.
Oh, he got pulled back. He's going to go down. The flash is too late. He was willing to flash, but not after he got pulled back, and now the knockup comes in, but Licorice with the ulti on, happy to chase forward. Two-man knockup. They're gonna chase to the back line though. No one can save Sven. He's gonna surely be knocked out on this one, and the carry is gone. Hanser's alone. 3 for 0, Cloud9.
And just like that, Cloud9 are gonna be able to take over the map. TSM have been scattered. They can't even get back to defend at the moment. 2 ranged minions left for C9 to push, and they're inside the base.
2 minions will keep the push going. They have the frontline tank it. Zazel can hold the tower shots. Inhib turret gonna fall. The inhibitor itself gonna drop as well. 25 seconds on Sven, but more than 30 on Hanser, and it means the push continues.
Grig is trying to cut off the minions, but these 2 ranged minions have been heroes.
Well, Zazel gets the aftershock. He's gonna take it for a little bit of a Bjergsen. Front lining so well. Licorice is low. The kill into Grig. Respawn's coming soon. Still the 5 vs 2, but he pulls in them. The fear pushing Jensen onto the turret. Can they knock down Cass? They can't quite do it. The next turret is gonna fall. Sven is up in 5 seconds though. 1 versus the world. Can he make it happen? He'll kill Licorice, but the next will drop. Cloud9 take game 1.
In most of the roles, but they also have the Trundle shredding.
It's Hecarim top.
Yeah. Oh, nice little adjustment here from Cloud9. Feel themselves. Grig on the opposite side.
2v1 onto Grig, pushing him backwards, looking for some damage here. A lot of pain now at half HP. Pillar comes in, the flash to follow. He's fleeing, but he's gonna die. And now a 2v1 topside. Hanser cutting away. Jensen here as well. Will he flash to follow? Gets the taunt. The knockup. 2 for 0. Cloud9.
Down to the Tribush to place that ward, but here we go, and engage on bottom too.
They're not even done just yet. The knockup's gonna land. Ignite is on as well. Zazel, he's got to flash away. He'll buy some time, but he will burn down, and there's gonna be beef for dinner for Sven. What a kill. After forcing Grig away. Yeah, quick pick up there.
Neat little trick with...
All right. Not the gank just yet. Going for the knockup. Now it's going to be a fight in the mid lane. 3 versus 2. Looking for a lot of damage. The flash forward. A 3rd kill for Blabber, but here comes Mithy looking for the charm. Gets the flash in. The knockup gets the kill onto Jensen. Now it's going to be Grig running away. Does have flash, but he flashes too late. Sven now joins. It's a 2-on-2 down here as it's going to be a very late join for Sneaky as the kills are traded back and forth. A 2 for 2. A knockup on a Zazel. He pops the ult. Fight as the wave comes in. There's the ult in. Not going to pull the aggro, and down comes Galio getting away from the knockup, but he's feared. He does not have anything but the flash, and it won't matter. Jensen picks up that kill. 5 to 3, Cloud9.
Damage.
Yeah, looks like Cloud9 is faster. That will be the extra 300 gold coming in. And only by about 3 seconds, but I guessed that timer correctly. Sprays on both sides. Spikes are coming forward.
Mid lane fighting too, and Blabber.
Pillar. Blabber's got to be careful. The flash, the knockup. Here comes the Galio on top. A knockup in. Can they get that kill? They're going to dive forward. The flash away. Will Blabber kind of misplayed that one against Mithy. No kills picked up, but Hanser's in the chase. They find the knockup. The stopwatch by a few seconds. They pull back in. Jensen flashing away. A kill towards Mithy, but it's traded back as Blabber falls down. Ignite on the front line, but the Cassiopeia gets the shield. Getting away from Zazel. Staying alive. Sneaky versus the flash, but goes down to Sven. TSM 2-1.
Yeah, TSM take over the mid lane here. Licorice does not teleport. He's pushing on the top of your map right now. He just got the minion waves in. Doesn't join the fight. TSM take it. 2 for 1 and a tower aggro. Should finish it off. He does have his Trinity Force, so should be able to clean that one up fairly quickly. And TSM giving solo gold over to Sven. This guy already ahead. They want to. So you have to respect the long-range engage.
And as they go for Drake, they're going to go for the engage in the mid lane. Out goes Zaya trying to stay alive, but the dive keeps going. You just cannot stop Cloud9. An avalanche comes through. 2 kills on the bottom laners.
Nocturne Galio. Guys are just joining us. Licorice was cut outside, but here we go.
Meanwhile, Jensen is going to come in for the taunt. They're going to find Bjergsen. 1 kill picked up. Now watch for the backline. Goes in for more damage. A knockup, but he's tanky. The pillar means nothing. And the TP in for Licorice. He has the ultimate. He's going to go in. He's going to find the fear. Here comes the dive. They'll pick up Mithy. And now Hanser might have been up more than he can chew. Doesn't find the pullback. It's a 5v3. He's still diving with the ultimate. Oh! They're going to get another kill. Grig's got nowhere to go, and Hanser's going to have to flash away. He's jumped with the E, and a 5v1. Cloud9's going to go for Baron.
Dive, baby, dive. Cloud9, soon as they find a squishy target in any sort of position separated from the rest of the team, they just blow all their ultimates. Importantly, though, this time around, they didn't blow them all at once.
pretty heavily dove. And it's again, speak of the devil, into the mid lane, looking for the re-engage. They've got Blabber. The knockup there has a Guardian Angel. He'll resurrect. Looking now at Greg. He's got low health bars, but he's able to walk backwards, and they find that repeat engage. There's the 2 for 0 TSM needed.
This time around, TSM can actually collapse and defend, but they have to do the setup work.
Nocturne goes to the side. They found a split pushing Aatrox. He's going to get resurrected. They're going to keep cutting back to the squad. They're all grouped up. A big taunt. Just going to find one. The fear not going to land. But the feathers go the wrong way. Sven's not going to be part of this fight. But look at the re-engage. The damage output. Cassiopeia picks up one. And that pillar just stuffs them up. Cloud9 can
Be able to get it.
And they knew Sven was chunked out, had to recall. So the 4v3, they pushed down the mid lane. Swaying on
TSM, again, they have to be so careful, even though it's very difficult. Cloud9 should be putting the pressure on by pushing up sidelines, but here they go.
Dive towards mid. He goes back to the team. Here comes Galio. Not going to find one yet, though. Blabber at 5 HP. Look for the backline. A big taunt comes in, and they're going to find the kill on Sven. That's most of the damage gone. Now watch for Cassiopeia as they trade back on a Galio. Look at the trade kills. In the front line is Hanser. He's popped that stopwatch at 5 health, and they can't quite find him. Licorice can't get that kill. The shield comes up, and it's
Steal away some stats from Galio. And then
want to buy time. You want to buy time? The smite!
Greg
Over
does
the
it
wall!
again!
Greg gets it, and watch for the re-engage. Will they come in, or will they knock down the Trundle? It'll be a kill for the Dragon, and now they re-engage onto Aatrox. They can force the passive, they can force the ultimate, and now the 5v4, the dive in. They get the fear. In comes Galio. No CC, but they can knock down Hanser, and that is a kill picked up. 5 versus 3. A big stun. Bjergsen gets one, but now he is alone against the team, and they will get that kill. +2 for Cloud9.
Greg gets the steal, but it costs his team
Make
every...
this outplay even happen. Zazel gonna walk up to zone out the team. Award spots it. Headbutt pulverize. A little bit of damage towards Alistair. Will they find much of anything? They're gonna find their death. They just caught that one. As another kill comes through to Cloud9. This time Baron's a formality as turrets fall to minions as well.
Yeah, in conjunction.
That damage out of Sneaky, and they're going to keep pushing right now. There's still no Sven. He just now respawned. So 5v5 as he comes out of the base, but you can see the split push. Licorice top side knocks down a turret as mid lane falls as well, and no one's answering top. It's going to be the disengage now. They're going to try to re-engage in this team, but keep in mind Hecarim's not around. It's not a hope.
They don't even have to auto-attack them. They just have to buff up some minions to get close enough. The cannon taking down mid inhibitor with Sneaky there.
Yeah, there's no end in sight. 2 minutes left in the bear map. It's a lot of waves to push in. Top is going to fall. Licorice makes that split push happen. Has the ult to disengage. Bot taking a little bit of damage, and you can see mid down to under 1/4. The occasional auto attack landing. As Jensen will wave clear yet again. Licorice shoves in top. Mid about to be auto sneak. He has to respect. So it is Zazel. Not going to get pulled in, but might have to respect the rest. This pops the ultimate and a redemption to buy a few more seconds. But now they're going to go for the dive. C9 want in. Here comes everybody looking for those fights. Smithy is low. Kites back, stays alive. Watch for Jensen and watch for Bjergsen. It's a trade of kills, and it's TSM picking up one more as a double comes through for Xayah. Mithy's low. Zen revives. They can win this fight. It's going to be another kill coming through. Look at TSM win that one 4-1.
They've done it. TSM
The map and trying to take down this. There's a wave that TSM could push. On a bad fight, they can go for the base right away. Jensen and Licorice now forced to run away. This Dragon's at half HP, but TSM's going to be in range. They've won the smite before. This time it's picked up by Blabber. Now a 5v5. Zazel takes up the front line, and it's going to be engaged on the backside. They're going to try to burn down their opponents. The knockup comes in towards the backside. In comes Galio. No kills just yet. No knockouts either. Licorice still forced to run away. No ultimate. Finally, Bjergsen goes down. 5v4 the chase. The knockup. Greg. He's going to buy 3 seconds, but he will still drop. Licorice could get burned down, but he won't. 5v3 on the map. Cloud9. What can they get next? The re-engage is Hanser. Wants to fight Blabber, but he's terrified.
Yeah, and Blabber wins round 1. Round 2, 1, 2, 3, fight!
And they're gonna go for the knockup, but he's still got a Guardian Angel on his side, and they're gonna get that kill, and not even the Grump will help. 5 versus 2, ready to push. Looking for Sven. Watch that Sneaky. He's gonna be rooted, but he's still gonna find that kill. It's the ace for Cloud9.
Clean ace for C9, and it is gonna be a clean series as well. 2 games in their hands.
Triple match point, and Cloud9 could be the team that prevents TSM from ever going to Worlds this year. 1 more to go. Cloud9 2-0.
Taking down your Q cooldowns, your W cooldown. So the early game isn't as explosive, and it does take a couple of levels. Bottom lane's recalling, so TSM actually sneak this one away, but
Okay. Good smite. Looking at the bottom side, will there be a big play? Keep in mind, yes, he's got the ult to knock up. Big damage to Rudison, look how fast it was! First blood in for Mithy, and now Zazel's got to be careful. Has a stun, but the Aftershock's gone. Might have to rely on his ultimate. When can the next route come through? Q, auto, E's gonna come in, but he might just get dove. He's so low! Has to flash, but Sven, summoner heal, headbutt. No, goes up in the air, but Zazel a bit healthy. 2 more autos, they get that kill. 2 for 0 in the bot side.
Talia's on the way, and there we've got, he
missed!
The blast going over the wall! Sven gonna go execute!
That'll get the kill to Alistair. The headbutt should have been in time. No, it isn't. It's an execute.
Sir, he ulted it, I believe. Maybe we can get the replay.
Oh yeah, he did. He ulted it.
He ulted it, so no damage was dealt. Sven taunting them, but top side and mid lane.
Now Bjergsen's in a bad spot, trying to walk away. He will drop a first turret gold. The low field was missed, I believe, entirely. As the top lane kill comes through, and Ignite is not enough to kill Greg.
And they've got there just in time.
Okay, here comes the fight. Blubber wants in for the smite as well. Gonna be picked up on the red side, but Licorice gets the kill on a Greg.
Yeah, so they do kill off. Many teams push for 2 turrets, but Cloud9 have 5 people around mid. I think they should do it. Yes, protect the Rift Herald, finally. And now they're going for 2, should be able to get it.
At least at half, Bjergsen's coming around.
Never coming.
And this could be the team fight. They're gonna get Greg, and his Q is on cooldown. No flash either, no way out, 1 picked up. That was nicely done.
Again, Grig's life, and now, actually, TSM going in.
The flash engaged in a 2, looking for the re-hit now. It's gonna be good damage, but this could be fear beyond death for Bjergsen. Looking for his first target. Blabber's gonna flash away. Still looking for that first kill, though as Hansa comes in as well. Necrom, though, gonna find the fear. Get the kill on Sven. Bjergsen wants another one. He's gonna get Blabber. 1 auto, but he can't find it. He wasn't low enough to execute. A single kill comes through, though, as Aatrox did not actually defend this turret for a few seconds. Doesn't even gain XP out of it, but team kill for
TSM, but it came at a pretty big cost. Cloud9 back out onto the field, and they get to mount some counterplay.
There's enough information they can get away from this one. Now Bjergsen's got to run, but Jensen's almost in range.
Urgot scuttling away.
Can he land the W? He's trying, and he's going to be back in a fog of war. But look at the damage coming through. Jensen finally gets that.
Trinity Force, Hecarim, and Licorice will get some solo gold.
Now TSM starting to run out of rope here. Still waiting. He's going to go for the knockback. Soon, waiting for the target. Licorice is behind them already. They pull back Mithy, and the ult for Sven flashing away, but they still got the fear into Greg. Can they get the chase down? 2 more hits? Yes, they do. 2 more kills for Cloud9, but they get the fear beyond death, and Bjergsen's on the board.
What a snipe! Right now, they have to go and spend their cash. Greg is so low, they can't fight this. C9, the flash is
over! Trying to kill out Greg, but it's going to be Blabber dying for it. Way too aggressive. This re-engage can be massive. Jensen flashing away. Is there going to be the next fight, though? Keep in mind, Greg is low. They're going in. The root comes in. They got off Mithy. He did have a flash, but couldn't press it in time. The pullback out of Jensen. He's got to be careful on that rise, or he could fall. The chase going in. TSM going to find a 3-hit headbutt pulverize, and that will be Bjergsen falling, but it's a trade kill. 2 for 1. TSM ahead. Sneaky and Jensen, the only ones alive, forced to run away, and Sven could running back towards the squad. It's going to be the race, and look how fast it is. The sprint for C9. They knock down Baron.
My God. TSM try to make a proactive move, but Cloud9 say that is the wrong one, buddy. They make the trade, and they're gonna keep this Baron's push alive. Oh, actually, no minions. TSM definitely going to be face-palming after that one. Let's see if they can fight their way out of it, though.
Ball comes up. Oh, gotta watch out. He jumped forward in the squad, but they find the knockup, and the team is isolated. They've been feared in. That's 1 kill already. Mithy's gone, and Blabber buys some time. Wait for Hanser in the front line. Ulti on, pushed away. It's gonna time out, and he's very injured. Jensen walking in for his damage as well. 5v4. Baron on for 10 seconds. Cloud9 can push with a single cannon minion.
Hanser tried to dunk Blabber there out of the stasis, but he mistimed it by a second, and they're not gonna be able to get it to Cloud9 inside the base. Inhibitor turret will fall.
That's going to inhibitor turret down. The inhibitor will likely drop as well, and they're going to realm warp down to the bottom side, and just doesn't knock it down, but they didn't get the whole team. They got to watch out for the re-engage. Sneaky could be found. It's going to be the slow, but not the knockup or the stun out of Greg.
They used everything in the last attempt top lane to go for an engagement. Mid lane, not a lot of time here. 30 seconds for this minion wave to get to the exposed.
The siege for mid still. And it's 5-on-5. A big fear. Sneaky's got to be careful. They find the stun, but only onto 1 in the back line. That's going to be okay. Zazel in front, though, could be taking a lot of punishment, and odds are buying a lot of time. 1 for 0. TSM opened that fight well.
What a huge middle of the map. TSM will be able to get another turret for themselves. That is now 3. They're getting a lot of gold back. They have so little work to finish it off.
Realm Warp to pick off Hanser. The wall's gonna stop the rest of him. He dashes, but there is a flash and he can't cast it. A shutdown goes through to Sneaky and a 5 to finish. Almost attempted. No one's gonna steal it. Picked up cleanly. C9 get
Not
more.
a lot of time for them to delay.
5 seconds on Hanser. That's gonna be the inhib picked up. Double inhib down. Top is gonna respawn fairly soon.
So if they get the 5v4 advantage at this stage in the game.
Ready, 5 on 5 as Bjergsen clears out mid. Turret gets low. A stun on Zazel pops the ultimate. No seismic shove just yet. Turret goes down almost. Ooh. And here comes the engage. Looking at Flabber, looking at Sneaky. A zone is permit the out. He goes and he's gonna drop to the fear as Licorice comes into the backside. The resurrect for Hanser. Can he get away from this one? A stopwatch to buy some more time. They'll kill off Licorice. Bjergsen goes in for the fear. Gets 3. Looks for the re-engage. They almost knock down Zazel, but they don't quite do it. As more of TSM fall. It's 2 left alive. Down to just Bjergsen, watching his kingdom fall to ashes as Cloud9 will knock down the base. They wall him off. You're not allowed on this side. This one's for winners. Cloud9 3-0.
Casio shred at the end, the Galio dive, buddy, and the 706 rise in that third game against the meta Urgot pick that has been coming up so quickly. Jensen really performed at a high level this series.
Without a doubt. Jensen wasn't the only one to make a splash over the weekend, though, and you guys took to Twitter to call out your favorite moments. We gathered up a few to play for you now in the Gauntlet edition, rather.
Make it here. There might be some TSM chance at Worlds, but they're only going to be for irony, as they have not made it this time. Jensen, a 3 over Bjergsen, finally actually beating the player that had knocked him down so many times.
North American LCS has been a dangerous league this year, not safe for any previous winners. And you could see how much effort it took all summer long for these teams to battle through.
Well, Cloud9 finally vindicated, and for more from the final North American team to qualify for Worlds, going to hand it off to Avli, standing by with the victorious bot laner.
Thanks, guys. Sneaky, congratulations on the win from 10th to Worlds. What's going through your head right now?
Feeling pretty good. Even though we lost finals and it was pretty bad, we were able to come back and realize a pretty good amount of our problems, and I'm glad we were able to fix them.
And today was a pretty close series, but against TSM, people thought it was going to be a lot closer. Was this how you expected to qualify for Worlds?
Like 3rd seed or just the match itself?
Just the match itself, the entire series.
I wouldn't say I expected 3-0. Like I said, we were having a rough time right before the finals, and then we were kind of on like a recovery road, so we weren't like perfect in our play, and it looked like TSM was really strong. So I would have guessed another 5-game series, but I'm glad we were able to pull it out.
Well, you've taken it and you're heading to Worlds, and you've actually brought Cloud9 to Worlds multiple times. But what makes qualifying with this team different from the rest?
Well, it's definitely an entirely different atmosphere. With Smoothie Gun, it's less of like one main voice. You know, before Smoothie we had like High and stuff. So we've always had like a main voice, but nowadays it's more about everyone contributing and trying to be just on the same page in general with how we play. So it's a lot of just team effort that I think is different. And obviously we've always had strong teamwork as Cloud9, but just with the way we play is also a whole lot different.
And still looking forward to Worlds. You actually, so you've made it to quarters multiple times, but you actually hold the record for the most damage done in a single game in Worlds history. So is this the year where you surpass all your previous showings?
Yeah, I hope so. Hope to get the semis at least this time.
And do you have anything that you want to say to all of the fans who've been cheering you guys on for the entire split?
Yeah, it's been a rough road. I'm glad you guys have supported us through it.
Sneaky, thank you, and congratulations again. And for more in the game, let's hear from the State Farm Analyst Desk.
Thank you very much, Avli. Later on, she will get an interview with Licorice and Reaper to get their thoughts on the victory and the trip to Worlds. But our 22nd out of 24 teams to qualify to the World Championship and the third from North America is Cloud9 in a 3-0 victory over TSM, who will miss Worlds for the very first time in the organization's or World's history.
Yeah, it was going to happen for one of those teams. TSM was the only team to make every Worlds. There are now no teams that have done that. C9 now has the longest active World streak, going every time since 2013. And honestly well-deserved. Sneaky said he didn't expect the 3-0. The first 2 games were very close, but to go from a final where they get 3-0'd on that big stage to only a week later bouncing back and 3-0ing their historically largest rival has got to be really validating.
Yeah, I mean, nobody, right, really expecting the 3-0 across the board here. The predictions were for a longer and more competitive series, rather, from a game score perspective. But Cloud9 reorienting themselves after that 3-0 loss against Team Liquid. Sneaky says it did highlight a lot of weaknesses for them, and they were able to shore them up in just a week's amount of time.
And I think they just have such a different look on the game than some of the other teams we're seeing, especially in North America right now. Just like the Hecarim, the Talias, all these other things coming in, it's very impressive to see, and you can see that TSM doesn't know exactly what they want to do, but TSM didn't go down without a fight. The Sven and Mithy in particular had a pretty good series, but it wasn't enough to overcome. And Bjergsen finally had a bit of a dud of a game, dying a handful of times in the laning phase and mid game.
Completely agree. The Urgot was pretty poor from Bjergsen in that one. And I'd say Sven and Mithy had a good laning phase series.
Sure, fair.
But pretty poor team fights throughout. Afro, what are your thoughts?
I just wish TSM played around 3-man bottom side, because Sven and Mithy were their best performers for the entire series, but I don't think I saw bottom lane and Grig work together, like use their pressure, their lead that they got, and then move it around the map. I think Grig was too focused on top side of the map in these, Hecarim versus Aatrox matchup. TSM's never seen it before. Haunter's having a rough time. They were getting the tower top.
Yeah. Right, you don't necessarily need to play into that matchup that you don't have information on.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they pulled out Hecarim top twice and had it work both times, shout out to them for having that pick for this moment. I also hope that they somehow maintain this style going into Worlds, because Afro was just mentioning it. Like, I really hope they don't just scrim a bunch of KR teams, try and replicate, and then lose at Worlds. But
I mean, you're one of the teams going to Worlds, Afro. Do you think, based on your experience over the past years at World Championships, do you think there is ever a singular best way to play League of Legends, and that team? I mean, you're kind of implying it here. Teams should ignore that singular best way that maybe is developed by a larger region in purpose of sticking with their own style.
I think there's a best way to play League, and that's your style.
Okay.
For your team.
There you go.
And
okay.
Most NA teams that do go to Worlds scrim all the other regions, and it's like, okay, let's try to pick apart, this is good from them, this is good, let's add it over here. And then you're trying to do all these things that they are good at, and then once you get to Worlds, they just practice their one style, right? They're the best at it, and you try to copy them, they're always going to be better no matter what.
All right, so at the top of the day, one of the questions I asked you guys was, for the side of TSM, actually, what could they do today to inspire confidence in them as a 3 seed at Worlds? Let's now flip the script. What did Cloud9 show you today, Mark, that inspires confidence in them as a 3rd seed at Worlds?
Well, we've kind of already touched on it a little bit, but they have their own style, it feels like. They will play different champions than what we've seen before. They find unique combinations of champions, like the way that the Nocturne, Galio, and Hecarim work together was something that, none of us had seen before. And then they also were the ones who debuted the Kindred Zillion and all those kinds of things. So I think having a team that is very inventive and experimental is something I want to see with the team going to Worlds from North America. I don't want to see them necessarily go in there and just play the same style as other teams.
Yeah, and if we had to answer the same question about C9 going to the series, it's something to playing like they did at the end of the regular season when they looked like the best team in North America. That is not the C9 we saw in the semifinals or in the finals, but they kind of got their mojo back in the fact that they weren't playing safe. They were absolutely going for every single fight and then outplaying them with the creative picks and the aggression.
We'll talk more in just a moment, but for now, it's time for us to throw it over to Avali, who's standing by with Licorice and Reaper.
Thanks, guys. Guys, congratulations on the win. The first thing I want to bring up, though, Licorice, you had us all scratching our heads a little bit with that Hecarim top, but today you totally made that champion shine. So what did it take to bring him into today's series?
Well, ever since Hecarim got buffed and people started playing it in jungle again, I was trying to make it work in top lane, and we had some pretty bad results with that before. And then yesterday, we saw that TSM had really high Aatrox priority, so last night, I was like, hey, I wonder if this is a good matchup. So I tried it in a couple 1v1s, and it was a good matchup. So.
And Reaper, do you, as a coach, have a say in any of this, or are the players really the ones pushing the picks onto you?
I told him to, let's YOLO it today. Yeah, it's good matchup. Yeah, bring it. Just make me win one game as a Aatrox first pick, and then they gonna first pick Aatrox. Then we're gonna get free YOLO with the Hecarim top.
Is that how it works for most picks as well, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Hunter have no idea for the matchup how it goes, right? And we know the matchup. Then it's become a free yellow, no?
Well, I mean, it looked like it, but Licorice, I want to come back to you. I mean, looking at your entire year, you went from rookie of the split to making summer finals, and now you're going to Worlds. So how do you reflect back on your entire year?
I've definitely changed a lot as a player, like throughout the year. Uh, from spring, where I was like a carry only player, could not play tanks, and then I had like a tank only phase, and now I'm kind of just doing my own thing. So I'm pretty happy with how the year went for sure.
And last week in Oakland, that was probably the biggest stage that you've ever played on, and maybe besides today, a match with the highest stakes. So what did you really pull from that experience, and how is it going to help you going into Worlds?
What did I pull from Oakland? I mean, it sucked losing 0-3. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. So I guess I learned I never want to do that again. So I will not get 0-3 ever again, hopefully.
I mean, Reaper, you're laughing, but after that moment, after that loss, what did you really say to the team to kind of prep them for today?
Our years are not done yet, so let's keep it up keep work hard to Gauntlet, because we have a king of DNAs of the Gauntlets. I won 3 Gauntlets in China and North America. Also, Sneaky won 3 times in a row too, so I mean, this time around we got blessed, you know?
Everything was just stacked up to go your way. But before the games even started, I had a quick interview with you where you basically told your team, hey, believe in the me that believes in you. So how did you earn the trust of all your players over the year and get them to really put their faith into you?
So last final, the meta was suddenly changed and Cyan top coming out, and our rookie players don't know really what to do against like front back fight and like normal team fight, team comps, you know. Then we are trying to do something in the scrim days. Then we lost almost every game. Like we had a like 10% win rate that week. So we lost kind of lost our way to play the game at that week. So I just trying to recover our play style and trying to giving some unique picks for the players with the competitors like Alista and Hecarim top, Aatrox. Then it worked out still, but last night players had still don't have a confidence themselves. So, you know, I just yelling at them, all right, give me 1 win, then I will giving you 1 series, you know?
Is that how it went from the team's perspective?
I mean, I know, like, in particular, I was pretty down yesterday. After watching the TSM match, I was like, uh-oh, that they look really strong. I don't know if we can win this one. But, I mean, honestly, for me, like, as soon as I found out that Hecarim was good into Aatrox, I was just, like, not worried at all.
We just have to hide the VODs from all the play-ins teams so they don't know that you're going to bring it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, as happy as a moment as this is for Cloud9, Reaper, you have a difficult decision ahead for you because unfortunately you can't bring all of your 7-man roster to Worlds. So how is the decision going to be made for the team?
I don't know. I have about 13 hours flying today, so I will thinking about it in there.
But you have to you're bringing the entire team.
Yeah.
So the person's going to be on the team on the plane, but they won't know.
No, our 7 men are going together in the Korea and practice together we can only use 6 men, right?
Mhm.
But one person gonna be like kind of sub coach, and they know the game. They can see the game outside of the player perspective. So we are bringing 7 men and decide at the rosters.
Great. Guys, before we go, is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans?
I guess like it's been a rocky year, but thanks for like always supporting us, and a special thanks to Darshan, Lorlo, and Flame for helping me prepare for matches throughout the year.
Yeah, thanks for the fans. I love you.
I'm sure they love you too. Guys, congratulations again, and thank you. Back to the desk.
Thank you very much. Avali lost their way on the weeks leading up to the finals, but were able to reorient themselves afterwards, find that play style that you talked about, Jet. And then when it comes to the trip to Worlds, Reaper's saying we're going to bring all 7 players, although we can only name 6 as our starter and sub, but that 7th man, whoever isn't selected for the 6, will act as an extra coach, an extra set of eyes, and you know, a strategic mind to help shape the way the team looks at the World Championship.
Yeah, there are a lot of interesting tidbits in that interview. One, the use of a Gurren Lagann quote to inspire confidence was surprising to me.
Believe in me.
Yeah.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Yeah, that part.
Where was the rumble?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see it. The other thing, just the idea that they lost their way in front-to-back team fighting. I actually found that very interesting because that's one of the harder things to get right, as simple as it sometimes sounds. Like, melt their front line faster, assuming your DPS is better, but like the tanks having to move forward and step back at the same time and the whole team working together. Him kind of saying like, that's not what we're good at. And so we lost our way when we tried to learn that style, because we've all been talking about how a lot of it does feel like tanks have become back in the meta, and there's a lot of late game team fighting. So it's cool to see them kind of solve that their own way with like, yeah, so we picked Hecarim, Nocturne, Galio, Kai'Sa, and so we can all dive.
Right, gives a lot of permission. I mean, it's something to be said, right? We talked about how Impact, one of his greatest strengths, is his ability to team fight on a tank, to play that front line and know exactly when to step forward and when to step back. Takes a long time, a lot of experience for that to come forward. And you could probably speak to that a bit, Aframu. The idea of which strategy in League of Legends is the most difficult to execute.
The most difficult to execute is 1-3-1.
Okay.
Like,
interesting, because they actually selected a couple comps that can actually play that way.
And yeah, I think the best that I played that style was back in 2016 CLG, when we did MSI and then won the finals off that. Like, we strictly played 1-3-1, and that's the hardest to play because you have to play on like knife's edge in the entire time. Like, you can one misstep, it's over.
All righty, well, we'll see what Cloud9 can do in the coming weeks. As was mentioned, their tickets have already been bought, so they're going to be on their way to Korea tonight, I believe. Player of the series, though, this time around in a quick 3-0 against TSM, it goes to Jensen in the mid lane.
And we've said this all weekend, Dash. It's hard to pick a definitive player of the series in a 3-0 smash because so many of the players played well, with Hecarim being super key. But I did feel like, especially going up against Bjergsen, who had been playing so solidly